Yo YouTube, what is good? Frank got the pack here. Today I'm bringing you guys another video. So today we're going to be talking about making your kicks hit hard, what you can do to make them not clash with the 808, what clashing with the 808 does or kick, all that stuff, everything you need to know about. The end goal is we're going to make sure you know every which way to make your kicks hit as hard as possible. And the best way to do that is by figuring out, one, what is making them not hit hard, therefore you can counteract that and do the opposite to make it hit hard. So let's get right into this. So first of all, here's the beat just so you guys know what I'm working with. I'll play that right now. Alright, so basically, first of all, one thing that's gonna make your kicks, 808s, whatever, hit not hard is if you look at the master channel over here. So we just come up here to the mixer, whoops, master channel. Over here we have the limiter. Number one step, make sure the limiter is off on your, well, you can just turn it off or delete it. I would delete it, but make sure there's no limiter on your master channel. So that's step number one. Step number two, you have to make good sound choice. Now normally you would have to find like a hard kick if you want to get that hard sound. It really just comes down to turning up the velocity all the way. But if you listen, we can go into like a KVZ kit, like that hits hard. It's just like really high end for me. I don't like the high end sounds. Regardless, I don't know why I went into the KVZ kit. Step number two would be actually pick a hard kick. For the sake of this video, I'm gonna pick a weaker kick, so I'm just gonna go this old ass drum kit I have, pick this kick, drag it in, throw it on top. So step number three is once you have your kick, we're gonna go in and show you how to make that as hard as possible with what you have. So you can see I have a weaker kick, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna solo that. Okay, it's kind of loud, not really. I'm gonna Control A to select everything in here. And then you can either just drag these velocities up at the bottom, or what I like to do is I just Control A, highlight them all, Alt, oh fuck, my monitor is on top of this wire, so, okay, and you scroll up just like that on your mouse pad, or whatever I don't know what it's called, and now the velocity's up, so you can see hits way harder than before. Before it was like level. I'll show you without. So we're there, and then we turn it all the way up. It pretty much, it's like almost 3 decibels, I believe. So that's very hard. That's a little too hard for my liking. Maybe I'd cut out some of the high end to bring it down. But, so now that we have that, we're gonna go on step number 4. Just go to your kick, and then right click on the 808, on this little arrow down here, not on the 808, make sure it's on this arrow. Right click, side chain to this track. Now what we're about to do is some side chain compression. I'm gonna do a video later on how to like really understand it and what it is and everything. I'll vaguely describe it right now. Side chain the kick to the 808 mixer. So go to the 808 mixer channel. I know I'm going kind of fast, I'm sorry. I'll do a video later on all the stuff you need to know. Just follow what I'm doing. So 808, add the limiter. Now what we're gonna do is go down here and hit compression, and now you'll find that side chain, I don't even know what you call it, like a tab, I guess. Right click it and hit new sauce kick, or it'll just say kick, whatever your kick is called, it'll say right there. So now we have officially side chained the kick to the 808. So all you really need to know is ratio, how much the kick is going to affect the 808. That's pretty much what it is. And if you look in the top left corner, I'll zoom in on that as I do it. So I turn out ratio like so, and you see in the top left corner, you can see that's moving. So I work with like around the 4:1 ratio. It can be a little more, a little less, doesn't matter. Okay, and now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna hit play. When I hit play, nothing happens. Now what I'm gonna do is this threshold is, so where this line is where the compression is going to happen. So you can see right there, now you see this purpleness, right? That purpleness is how much of the 808 is getting subtracted. So you can see this cut, it's kind of like that. And that's how much, that purple is how much is being taken away from the 808 and how much is being replaced with the kick. Now a kick is really quick, it's just like in and out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this release and I'm going to bring it down, and you'll see you see that purple stuff slowly goes away. And what it is the sound that's being taken away. So I want a little more than that. I think that's fair enough. Now, what this is doing is cutting away, creating room for the kick. And why we're doing this is because when they hit at the same time, they're in the same frequency range. So when they hit, it's like if you have a kick and a hi-hat, they don't clash with each other because the kick is down here and the hi-hat's over here. So he's got his own room to do his own thing, and the kick has its own room to do its own thing. So they're doing their own thing. But the kick and the 808, they're way down here together. So when the kick hits, the 808's like, hey, like I'm also hitting, and they're just kind of like beefing for that room in the low end. So what we're doing here is the 808's like, okay, I'll give you some room to hit, but let me come in afterwards at my full effect. So they're kind of trading off to give, so they can both do what they have to do. The 808 is there to bring the energy and all that stuff, and the kick is there just for the impact. So we're subtracting from the 808 for the impact, as you can see. That's the best way I can describe it. So threshold is basically like where you want it to take effect. So if I just want the tip, you'll get very little, but as I bring the line down, you'll see it takes a lot more. And if I bring the ratio up, it's just way less compression going on. If I turn it up, we're gonna have a ton of it happening. So I keep it at like a 4:1, and that's how I would do that. Very clean, hits hard, 808 still there. Turn it off. I mean, you would have to know what you're listening for. It just sounds a little more muddy. That's how hard it hits. Now, if you don't do the compression, right here, and you have a limiter, right? And then turn down the velocity. I'll show you guys before all the tricks I taught you, and then with it. So this is without the tricks I taught you. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to hit that like button, drop a comment what you want to see, if you want more of this, whatever. Just drop a comment, give me some responses. You know, it helps my channel. But that's all for this video, guys. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Peace.